Let's see what the tail looks like. Okay. Oh, wait a minute. I think I may have made a huge mistake. Lobster thermidor. Lobster thermidor, that's what I'm doing today.
Chunks of sweet lobster folded with mushrooms into a creamy sauce.
The lobster is then stuffed back into its shell, topped with cheese.
And baked until golden.
And bubbly.
I have actually never had this dish before.
I do have Snoop Dogg's cookbook, From Crook to Cook. And in that book, he has a recipe for a lobster thermidor.
I don't have a recipe, I don't need a recipe. I have 20 some odd years of experience. This is easy, no problem.
Snoop, I'm gonna make you proud.
I'm ready to cook. So the rules are that I gotta use all the ingredients. Can you get me like 10 more things to put in or what? I'm that confident.
Here we go. Starting from the first step.
I'm going to need a big pot of water. That's the main thing. Put it right here, sir. Right on the fire. We're gonna flavor our water a little because I want my lobster to kind of soak up a little of that flavor. We're gonna make kind of like a court bouillon. Basically just a flavored water. Put some garlic in there. I'm not even gonna cut the parsley, dump it in. We're gonna take a shallot. What else? Oh, we'll take some of the tarragon too. Fair amount of salt. It's not gonna make a lot of flavor in here, but it's going to start that flavor base for us. So what I'm doing right now is I'm setting myself up to make a velouté. A velouté is a close cousin of a bechamel, but it's thickened stock rather than thickened milk.
All right, I'm gonna start with this lobster and this knife. All right. Oh, I'm sorry. Oh boy, okay.
A lobster's going in. Whenever I get a lobster and I want to par cook it, I'm gonna dunk it in head first. Par cooking means you're cooking halfway or a quarter of the way, just to get the meat out of the shell. If you overcook the lobster at this point, it's gonna be tough and rubbery. And we're gonna let it go down all the way. I'm gonna use my internal clock, cook it for about 5 minutes. A lot of times people will kill the lobster by putting a knife in its head. They might cut themselves. I think it's a little dangerous. That's why I parboil it. I find this to be a little more humane. The lobster's dying either way. At the end of the day, we're killing animals to eat them. If you don't want to, don't eat animals.
Forgive me. Okay, moving on. And now I need some boiling water, and I'm gonna throw our friend in there. Till next time, well, get in there. All right, I'm still a little jittery actually. I definitely feel it in my legs. You can't see those, but just know, they're going crazy down there. I'm gonna go make my sauce slash bechamel slash roux. Don't know what it's called. A roux is a French version of a bechamel.
A roux is butter and flour you mix together to thicken stuff.
And a bechamel is a cheesy cream sauce. So I gotta use all of these ingredients.
And to be clear, you don't have to use, you just have to use each ingredient.
Oh, I don't have to use all.
You don't have to use 4 heads of garlic.
Oh boy, okay.
So right now my butter is sizzling away, and what I want to do is flavor my velouté. I just want to get some shallots in with my butter.
The shallots and the garlic are integral, or probably will be integral.
Can I have a steel, a sharpening steel, please?
Wow, way sharper than my knives at home. I'm gonna do it my way. I'm gonna make them real small.
I don't mind some of this stuff being large and chunky. I am kind of like a cook that likes grandma-style food. The thing with garlic is, the more you chop it, the stronger it gets. I personally like rounded flavors.
Let me check on my lobster. Wait, what, it's been like 3 minutes probably? He looks orange. I don't know any other sign that would indicate a lobster being done other than it's pink.
A lot of people will be like, how do you know it's done? I actually know it's not done at this point, and I'm okay with that. I don't want it to be done at this point. I want it just to be set, so it's easy to take out of the shell. If you don't use an ice bath, the lobster tends to continue to cook. Now, can someone take this pot away from me? It's in my way. So for right now, what I'm gonna do is get my mushrooms ready as well. These are called cremini mushrooms. I might give these a rinse. Now, a lot of people say you don't rinse mushrooms. Usually my general rule is the fancier the mushrooms, the less you put water on them. These are not fancy mushrooms. These are supermarket mushrooms, basically.
I think they're gonna probably make the sauce a little more umami-ish. That's a buzzword I picked up.
I would assume that the role they play in this dish, personally, they do have the similar texture to lobster. It probably stretches the lobster a little.
Okay, it's been 8 minutes. Still pretty orange. I think we'll let him go longer. I mean, like, if I overboil the lobster, is there such a thing? Can you overboil lobster? Will he get more tender, more juicy, more delicious?
If you overcook the lobster at this point, it's gonna be tough and rubbery. We want it to be nice and tender.
I'll probably need a heck of a lot of garlic. Unfortunately, peeling and cutting garlic takes a while for me.
At this point, my shallots and garlic are cooked really nice. If you don't know the measurements to make a roux, just think of wet sand. I'm gonna put some teaspoons in there, and I'm just gonna look at it. I don't need a recipe for this because I know the technique. The technique is I want it to look like wet sand. So right there.
It's gonna be real garlicky. Oh, that is, a lot of smoke is coming out of there. It's smelling, but it looks the same. Oh, slippery. Oh, oh God. Something's coming out of there. What could hurt? 5 more minutes. I'll give him 5 more minutes. We're gonna smash this garlic. Let me just try to smash a bunch of these at once, see if that... No.
I'm gonna open my fish broth, and I'm gonna whisk that in. And what I'm trying to do here is get a consistency that is not ploppy. It's a technical term that a lot of people don't know. Basically, it means it's too thick, and we don't want it to be too thick.
Oh, our lobster. I've been so focused on the garlic that I haven't checked our lobster recently. Let's see how he looks. I think there comes a point where he's just not gonna stop looking like this and I gotta take him out. Is that point now? I don't think so. I'm not gonna do anything until I finish chopping. And I'm gonna let it sit for a bit before cutting it up, because I feel like it's something you should do.
If you don't use an ice bath, the lobster tends to continue to cook. It's called carryover cooking. We don't want it to cook anymore. We'll cook it later.
It's been about 15 minutes.
It doesn't take more than 10 minutes to cook a whole lobster.
Yeah, okay, there he is. I move him, and all right. Thing here is that I gotta know if he's kind of cooked inside while I still have the water boiling. Maybe I'll just give him a little cut, just to check to see if he's cooked all the way through. All right, let's give him a cut. Okay. How do you tell if a lobster's cooked? You know? Let's see what the tail looks like. I've had lobster tail multiple times. Okay. All right. Okay. Well, the tail's off. I think I may have made a huge mistake. When I saw the picture, it's half the lobster, and I think I just removed half of the lobster. So I think it's gonna maybe look a little different. Oh, there we go. Meat looks good. I think it's cooked. I'm gonna have to do a lot of repositioning. It's gonna get really messy over here. But what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna finish chopping my stuff, chop the mushrooms. Love a mushroom. I tried growing them one time. Didn't really work out. You're just supposed to kind of stick them in a damp space like your bathroom. Didn't happen for me. I don't know why. Do you need like seeds? I don't think so. I think you're just supposed to like get a box of dirt and
Try to do 40 minutes.
I have 40 minutes? Okay.
So I'm gonna make a little bouquet garni. It takes some lemon rind, parsley, and some of the tarragon, and it's going in. It's like a tea bag. It gives us flavor. Now, I like black pepper. I don't care if it leaves the dots in my sauce. Okay, catch my breath for a sec.
I personally think that all of those ingredients come together to make like a roux or a bechamel. I've heard these terms. The base of a roux, to my knowledge, is flour, milk, egg, butter.
Eggs in a roux, you don't want that. Generally, if you add eggs, it's gonna curdle. John, I don't wanna eat lumpy curdled eggs. Please, 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 please. By the way, we should probably turn the broiler on. Can I turn the broiler on? That was a mistake. I should have done that earlier. Start.
I'm really bad at baking. I'm not a big flour guy, but if I had to pick a favorite, it'd be hydrangea, if you know what I mean. No, I'm sorry. Let's go with like half a cup. Mix that together, playing the not too, oh, that's a lot. Maybe I'll need another egg to kind of even this out because this is just way too much flour, I think. Knew I should have done 3.
Classic.
Classic. All right, there we go. It's liquefying a little more. It's a little clumpy, but it'll have to do for our purposes today. Let's put some heavy cream in this. Cream will make it creamier. That looks good. Ooh, yeah. All right, that's more the consistency I was looking for. Like a pancake batter almost. All right, I'm adding in my shallots, my garlic, and my mushrooms. Want to cook them down a little bit, make the sauce real fragrant. Gonna put in some salt. Let it get all happy. These are the ingredients that I have yet to use. Cayenne pepper, haven't used that yet. Dijon mustard, a lemon, cognac, and fish stock. Oh, I'm sorry. I forgot my herbs. Got parsley. Thyme? Might be thyme. I'm gonna add my fish stock. Want a nice sauce.
And I'm gonna do my mushrooms with some of the shallots. I'm not gonna put garlic in. And I kinda want the mushrooms to be the same size as my lobster. quarter or sixths. I want to start my mushrooms out in oil and then put butter in.
I'm gonna go out of left field here and think that I should broil. I think I'm gonna broil it. Broil is the really hot one. Great, I think it's gone.
My sauce is looking wonderful. Tastes like fish. That's a good thing. It's not a bad thing.
And I'm back to the sauce. It's looking mighty fine. How about we add some more salt? I'm gonna put in cayenne pepper. I love cayenne. Ooh yeah. Got my lemon. Mustard, gonna add like a little bit. Cognac. Let me taste what I got going on here. Wow, I think the sauce is actually pretty good. I think once I add in that, I'm gonna call it a bechamel. No, what did I call it? A roux. I'm gonna call it a roux. A roux-chamel.
Pan's looking hot. I can smell the oil. I'm dropping my mushrooms in. I always season my mushrooms. Mushrooms should be cooked on high. They're mostly water.
Last few things before we get to our lobster. Cheese. I feel I should grate some into the sauce for a little more, you know, get it a little thicker. I'm gonna fish out that Parmesan.
We're looking at 20 minutes, Jeff.
20 minutes. Okay. Okay, we got 20 minutes left. Panic mode has set in. I also gotta use my herbs, thyme. No, this is parsley. I was gonna say that thyme is against me right now. And then our other herb. Oh, you know what? No, I thought I had it. You know what? Might be sage. Might be sage.
This is tarragon, it's not sage. Totally different flavors. Tarragon, light and fresh. Sage is like rich, deep, and heady.
I think it's sage. We're gonna dump in our roux/bechamel. I'm gonna take it down real low, so I don't want any of it like curdling. This sauce, looking a bit clumpy. Definitely needs more liquid in it. It's probably clumping up because of the milk agents. It's looking much better the more fish stock I've been adding. Let's give it another taste. Kind of tastes like clam chowder. I know it's not right, but I'm pretty happy with it.
All right, it's time to break down that lobster. I think it looks really good. A lot of people will do this before they cook the lobster. They cut down. So I'm gonna present this dish on the half shell.
So I'm gonna have to split him up, de-shell him. Here we go. It's looking pretty gross in here, pretty disgusting.
One of the coolest things you see right here is this stuff. This is roe, this green stuff.
You're supposed to eat that part? The guts? I don't really eat this part.
Don't throw it away. That we're gonna add to our sauce.
I'm not gonna get points for presentation today. How does Snoop do this?
So I'm gonna take the claws out. Then what I do is get the back of my knife, tap, 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 and this pops out, look, right?
Problem here is this lobster is falling apart very quickly. Was that the consequence of letting it boil for too long?
Kitchen shears, I think, are the best way to get the knuckles out. You got lots of spikes on them. You can really kind of get hurt.
Oh!
I'm gonna take out the tail. Pops out nice and easy.
My original plan was to have the lobster cut in half and the meat stuffed back into the lobster. I think I may have to instead take the meat and stuff it into areas of the lobster. It'll maybe look a little more like an hors d'oeuvre plate than a lobster thermidor, but maybe it'll taste good. Perfect. There's a claw. We have made contact with lobster claw. Yeah. Oh, yeah, there we go. We're gonna stuff it into shells. Very jagged shells. I'm gonna stuff manually. I'm just gonna go wherever I can. Split the tail, I think. Fantastic. I love symmetry. My confidence rate was an 8 to start, has decreased to a 4, and now I am proud to say I've brought it up to a 5.
Usually when I come to Epicurious, I got everything ready to go. I've never kind of been thrown into the mix, and I'm freaking out, man. I'm freaking out. Cognac time. Watch your faces. Do it off the flame so it doesn't go into the camera. It might go up and fire, but it might not, and that's okay. Got my cheeses. I'm gonna take that piece of rind, throw it in there, more flavor. And what I'm gonna do with these is I'm gonna shred them. Parmesan cheese, I'm gonna do on the small side. And we don't need a lot because we only basically have one lobster. And then Gruyere on the larger setting. When you grate on the side like this, you're basically doing less work, okay? Deep breath. Right? We're done with the sachet. I need egg yolks. So this is what I call a liaison. Heavy cream and egg yolks. That's gonna thicken my sauce a little. Here's where the magic happens, right? I have my sauce, right? It's hot. I have my green lobster roe. Wait till you see this. This is awesome. Right into the pot. Watch. Look at the color. You see that color change? Can you guys see that? That roe basically goes from green to pink. And that is so much beautiful lobster flavor. So that roe is gonna flavor my finished sauce. Now I have another pot and a strainer. This will get out any lumps or chunks. I'm going to add a little spot of my raw cognac. I like a little bit of raw alcohol flavor. Cayenne pepper. Mustard's gonna add some sharpness. The fresh lemon juice is gonna cut a lot of that super sharp flavors. It tastes good. I do have to adjust. I'm gonna add a little more pepper, a little more salt. I think what I can do now is I'm adding my mushrooms.
We are actually supposed to have about 3 minutes left.
Okay, 3 minutes. Great. So I'm gonna stick some sauce on here. It's looking pretty small, but there is 4 of them. And let's add some cheese on top. Last thing, parsley on top. Give it that fancy look. Thermidor, I don't know like what kind of word that is. Could be close to like temperature, meaning like really hot. Like that's a really hot lobster.
I have a sheet tray. I'm gonna kind of tuck this little antenna under. I don't want it to get burnt in the broiler. I'm saving the claws because they're a nice garnish, right? And just warming them up. I'm gonna take my lobster now. It's going right into the sauce. I want it to be coated really well, so mushrooms, lobster, everything goes back. I don't care if this kind of overflows a little. This is not something that's super precious. Fill it up. So I'm gonna put my cheese, and we're gonna go right into the broiler.
It's real hot in there. So I'm gonna have to keep an eye on this to make sure it doesn't burn.
Clean your station, make it look presentable. I'm going to the garbage on the floor, I promise.
Oh no, what a surgical mess over here.
Try and keep the oven door closed at this point. A lot of people get nervous and start opening the door and closing the door.
I might have made a huge mistake. I think parsley, maybe you're supposed to garnish it afterwards. Maybe I should take it out and take the parsley off and then put it back in. And then use that parsley to garnish it. Sometimes you just gotta let the lobster breathe in between oven sessions, you know? Now it's gonna go back in the oven, and I'll stick it there until it browns. Thermidor.
Okay, I think I'm gonna take it out. I'm not too stressed about it being too brown.
Honestly, I've made a ton of mistakes today, but broiling, I think, was the right decision.
Herbs into the sauce. Let's make this kind of bright and fresh. Putting the sauce under because we don't want to cover this masterpiece up.
Here we go. There's one tail. Ooh, you know, this might be really cool. So you got one tail that's looking like that, and the other tail that's looking like this. Look at that. It's a Pisces sign. It's a yin and a yang, a John and a Frank.
We want to try and keep the plate as clean as possible. Try to find the nicest side of the claw. We should do the big boy on top. I want the customer to see that and be like, ooh, I got lots of lobster.
You definitely want to use pre-cooked parsley for this.
I just want to have a little bit of bright lemon flavor.
With some Parmesan, and I think we have Thermidor.
And that is lobster Thermidor, Frank's way.
Okay.
How'd it go, John?
You know, by the looks of it, not too great, Frank.
I mean, it doesn't look that bad. You know what this makes me think of?
What?
It's more of like a tapa or a pass. Like
I called it an hors d'oeuvre earlier.
This is a meal, and that is the snack or the
appetizer.
tapa. Yeah. What'd you think were your hardest points?
So, the thing that I wanted to ask you about was making the sauce.
Yeah.
I kind of mixed everything together and just threw it in a pan.
All right. That's something that I always caution against because things have different cooking temperatures. So I'm always looking to build layers of flavor. I add the eggs at the end.
At the end.
So I've taught a lot of people how to cook, and how many times I got scrambled eggs? It was a lot. Did you scramble your eggs, John?
I did scramble my eggs.
So we're having a little bit of lobster with eggs.
With that said, I would love to eat this lobster Thermidor.
Okay, good. Let's try it.
I actually kind of like how the tails came out. They look like little fishes.
So the sauce does look a little
It's clumped, definitely clumpy.
I'm gonna tell you, flavor's good. It tastes like lobster. Your sauce, it's not bad. I like it a lot.
Oh, great.
One thing I would have done, I wouldn't have added the parsley until later. If you wanted to do it as a garnish, I folded mine into the sauce.
In order to cook this, I broiled it. I realized that I put it in with parsley first.
Oh.
That's why some of the parsley's a little crispy.
I like the little singe on the tail.
You're being so nice to me.
Listen, I want you to learn from this.
Oh,
right?
yeah.
The lobster is a little overcooked. You probably could have pulled back on it, right?
Ooh, okay.
What I do with my lobster was I just par cooked it. I did not give it the stab. I just put my whole lobster in.
Oh, you didn't?
I didn't have to skewer it, no. You ready to taste mine?
Let's taste yours.
All right, just take the whole thing. Let's
All
go.
right.
I'm gonna hold a few, slide it on.
Woo! All right.
I put a little bit of the sauce on the bottom, and I'm giving you the big boy claw.
Ooh, a claw. Ooh.
It's a little overcooked. What do you taste when you first put it in your mouth, though?
Buttery, cheesy.
Buttery, cheesy, yeah. So that means we have to dig in a little, right?
Yours is a lot less rubbery.
Because I knew that I was going to cook it basically twice, right?
We got a gift for you.
Oh!
Yes, booze!
Cognac!
We're going to be fancy.
me
Let's
a
get it in the
fancy
glass and let's warm it up.
Wow.
Oh, we'll do one of these, John. Come on.
Oh, Yeah.
That is really good. I think it's an amazing ingredient too.
Did you learn anything today?
I learned how to make lobster thermidor. I've never made it before in over 28 years.
That's surprising to me.
Yeah. And you know what? End of the day, I hopefully made a new friend.
I'll say you did, Frank. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome.